Yeah, I mean, so I put the feelers out this morning. I asked a couple of people, and the first person said to me, look, the source is pretty strong, generally speaking. So that's something to take encouragement from. But the second person I spoke to said to me, look, again, the source is pretty strong. I wouldn't shut this down or shoot this story down. But there is history of the player's father sort of going out and briefing people, and that's not always come to fruition, the things that he's kind of briefed them on. So I'd advise a little bit of caution around this on that basis. But of course, from our position, it's almost impossible to know how legit this is at this stage. As you said, you've put some messages out. Let's see if we get anything that comes back that really kind of validates this. But in terms of the player himself, he likes to operate in those kind of right-sided, half spaces, left-footed, really good on the ball, really balanced. He's got the makings of a really, really top player. But when I think about that, I'm like, we've got Nwaneri coming through. We've got Odegaard, who currently plays in that sort of position. There's so much hype and talk around Max Dowman. Like, unless Arsenal are going to go massive this summer, the idea of putting up to 45 million euros down on this kid, who's still a gamble, by the way, at this stage in his career, when you've got so many other things you should be prioritizing, it worries me a little bit. It concerns me because I don't believe that we're going to go and spend hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of millions of pounds this summer. So how does this make sense? I can't quite figure it out in my own mind.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I talk about, the red flags that immediately jump out at me when I see it. I mean, the way you described him just there, if no one knew what we were talking about there, they would have thought you were describing Ethan Nwaneri or Max Dowman. So from a squad building point of view, it just doesn't really make much sense. You know, we're still trying to find out or work out exactly how we get Nwaneri even more meaningful minutes than he got last season. And we're also talking about this being the season where Max Dowman actually gets a full-on promotion to the first team. And so we're going to have to try and find him, you know, not many minutes because of his age, but some minutes. And so you kind of bring in a player who's sort of sits in an age group directly between the two of Nwaneri and Dowman, who plays in the exact same position by all accounts. So it just doesn't really make too much sense. And that's before you even factor in the money, as you pointed out there.